I've been working on for a while now, or wanting to achieve, is I want to wake up in the morning and be like, ding, I can't wait to get out of bed. You know, I can't wait to face this day. You know, just as soon as I open my eyes, to have positive thoughts. Because for so many years, as soon as I would open my eyes, I would have negative thoughts or not positive thoughts.
Well, that's because a lot of people wake up in a problem-solving mode, but they're still focused upon the problem. When you wake up in a solution discovery mode, then it's an adventure. This picture will help you. This conversation is about you being the creator, the masterful creator of your own reality. And it's about you being vibrational consciousness in a physical world where, as a creator, you're turning thoughts into things. That's the environment that you're playing in here. You get to take the consciousness that is you, and with the help of so many others around you, you get to focus it in to life experience. You're turning thoughts to things. So follow the idea of vibrations becoming thoughts and thoughts becoming things. Just think about the evolution of all of that, and then look for a moment at the physical world that has become. In other words, this stage has become, this carpet has become, this room has become, these chairs have become, this space has become. This is a manifestation, and all of us in it, this is a manifestation too. In fact, in every moment, manifestation, 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 manifestation. But what about enjoying the manifestation of a vibration gathering enough momentum, and me being enough in the receptive mode that the thought happens in my mind? That thought happening in my mind is a manifestation too. That's a manifestation too. And because I rested, and because I liked myself yesterday, and because I meditated, and because I looked for positive aspects, I prepared my environment for that manifestation. I got ready for the manifestation. I was ready to be ready to be ready to be ready. And when it happened, even though it hasn't played all the way out and everything's not all in place where everybody else can see it, I had a manifestation. I had a satisfying moment. What Esther's been doing lately, it's a game that she sort of cobbled together from a few different life experiences that have been adding to the satisfaction factor of her life in a big way. And it has accomplished in her what you just said. She opens her eyes and she thinks, oh good, here I go, here I go, here I go. What she's begun doing is taking a project, doesn't matter what it is, her stack of papers right now, these are the projects that she's been thinking about. Getting ready to load up her van and relocate back to San Antonio from Del Mar. So that means gathering up this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that and this and that. So on a sheet of paper, she's made several circles that have pieces of what this whole project is. In other words, the whole project is going to be getting in the van and heading that away. But before she can get in that van and head that away, there are several things that she wants to come together. Some of them are things that she wants to take care of where she is before she drives off into the sunset. Some of them are things that she actually wants to load in the van and take with her. A whole lot of things. And so she's written them out individually across these circles. That's just one project. Then another one is, well, there are several of them. That's just a good example. So then she looks at her sheet and she thinks, do I feel inclined to do any of these right now? And because it's not a great big project that she can't get her thoughts around, but it's a series of little projects that are very easy for her to get her thoughts around, she just picks her favorite one, and if she feels inspired to do it, she does it. And what she's noticed has begun to happen is, she calls it priming the pump, but it gets some momentum going, and it's like then the project, the completed project, which we are standing in the happy middle of, is calling her, so that she keeps feeling inspiration to move in the direction of this. So it's just satisfaction, 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 satisfaction. There's no feeling of incompletion. There's no feeling of too much to do about it. There's no feeling of overwhelmment. It's just this feeling of momentum of being called to it. And so what she's discovering is she has room for so many more things in her life experience all at once, which makes her sound busier, but she's not. because universal forces are taking care of most of the details of most of it. So mostly what she's doing is witnessing the unfolding of everything that needs to happen for everything that matters to her right now. That's something to feel good about when you wake up in the morning. It's like she can feel the cooperative universe all queued up and ready to inspire her to something that might feel good to her. But the idea of doing it all is not resting heavily on her shoulders, because it's not about action. It's about being inspired to some aspect of it. And what she's discovering is just thinking about it is like doing it. Contemplating is like getting it done, because it's preparing the atmosphere. Esther was sitting a week ago in a hotel following a seminar with a friend, and her friend said, did you know about curling? And Esther didn't know about it. She's been hearing about it, but she didn't know what it was. But it was on the television behind her, and her friend was looking at it, and Esther turned around and watched these women with their ice shavers creating a path of least resistance for that thing. She said, look, they're creating a path of least resistance for whatever that thing is. That thing that had some momentum, they were smoothing it out, smoothing it out, smoothing it out, so that that thing, whatever that thing was, could go. And Esther said, that's what my inner being does all day, every day. Just out there smoothing the way. And the more I think about what I want, the more they get it all ready for me before I get there. So when I get there, it's just so easy. Helpful?
Yeah, I have one last thing. You kind of answered it when you were talking about you have all these projects or things to do, and you won't be most people will be like you would seem busier, but you're not.
Because what we're really talking about is balance. And when you are making it your responsibility to act, and you feel the limitations of time and space in your action, then you can get out of balance. But when you let it be an energetic thing, and you find ways to allow yourself to let the energy flow, so that the thought and the energy take on most of what you might call work, then the action that you're inspired to is just the fun part. And that's why when you wake up in the morning, you're really excited to jump into the day, because there's no struggle in a day like that.
Yep. Last thing, I've got so many dreams that I feel it, and I'm filled with elation.
There are so many realities already vibrationally accomplished that I am aware of,
that sometimes I wonder, how am I going to accomplish all these in my lifetime?
That I realize that in order for me to experience the deliciousness of all of them, it's going to take a whole team of non-physical beings, which I have.
Thank you.
Yeah, because that's how it is. You've never been going it alone. You're just doing your part of figuring out what it is that you want for now, and for now, and for now, and for now, and for now. And then your inner being has the big picture and is focused incessantly and eternally upon it. And if you will allow it, your inner being will influence you to that knowing. And when you have been influenced to that knowing, then the natural unfolding of it in perfect timing will be your day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience. And it becomes so rich that you begin to understand that every moment is part of that fulfillment. Every moment, not just some of them, every moment is part of that fulfillment, which is what makes you eager to get up in the morning. I'm waking up into this phase of my becoming all that I'm born to be. We have enjoyed this interaction more than any that has come before. It is delicious for us to be with you out here on this leading edge, having experiences and ideas that have never been before unto all of the universe. You have been tuned in, tapped in, turned on today in alignment with who you are in a more consistent way than you usually are, which means there are some wonderful things in your immediate future that you will not be able to help but notice as a result of the influence that you've experienced from your own inner being as a result of our co-creating here today. And so the thing that we want most from this gathering is sure to happen, which means you will not be able to escape the obvious association between your thoughts and the way that you have allowed yourself to feel and what comes next. Be really easy about it, because there really is nothing serious going on. Life is supposed to feel good to you. That's the primary reason for you being here. You come with this perfectly balanced triad of intentions of freedom and growth and joy. And when we say those words to you as humans, you often say, oh, we hear you, Abraham, growth, growth, growth. And we say freedom. You are so free that you can choose bondage. And if your intention is joy, you will find the balance between you and you, and then that natural expansion will be the result of that. The word that we want you to focus upon most over the next hours and days and weeks: satisfaction. Satisfaction. Because there is satisfaction in what you want to call the interim creation. You want to call the full manifestation the really getting the job done, but there's all this interim becoming with so much potential satisfaction within it that you don't know it and you don't even want it. You'll reach the place where you don't need this because you'll feel so good having all of this. And when you feel so good having all of this as you become, then the inevitability is that this just has to come, and this and this. And then soon we will have seminars, we'll have conversations with you about de-manifestation. How can I release so much of this that I thought I needed for my happiness and managed to get in sync with, and I have attracted into my experience? There is great love here for you. And as always, we stand stubbornly in your